My name is Daron Acemoglu. I'm an institute professor at MIT, and I was affiliated with CIFAR for over 20 years.
My name is James Robinson. I'm a university professor at the University of Chicago.
The vast gaps that exist between countries today are truly mind-boggling. We live in a hyper-connected, hyper-globalized world, but the richest countries are 60 to 80 times as rich as some of the poorest countries. Understanding these differences is important both for alleviating poverty, but also if, as we claim, these differences are institutional in nature, answering these questions is also critical for making sure that we build the right institutions, or we work towards defending the right institutions for the future as well.
What CIFAR has always focused upon throughout its history is truly fundamental research that has the capacity to completely reshape the way we think about the world. And the fact that so many of our fellows, 23 of them, have won Nobel Prizes tells us that that focus on fundamental research retains an importance that CIFAR will always value.
The courage and the long-term perspective that are important for fostering to go after the biggest questions of science, sources of inequality between nations, sources of economic development, issues of collapse of institutions. I think those are really the kinds of things that the ambitious agenda of CIFAR encouraged.
It was just a kind of very intense interaction with probably, you could say with the top scholars in the entire profession that the CIFAR managed to bring together in that group. And that, that's pretty unusual to be able to do that 3 times a year and whatever. I mean, it's very hard to kind of get people in the same room, same time, same place, so I think that was pretty special.
We now have a program called Innovation, Equity, and the Future of Prosperity, which is building on the earlier work, but now extending it to ask a truly fundamental question. How can we do a better job to ensure that the benefits of innovation are shared more widely across our societies? So over now almost 30 years, CIFAR has been committed to fundamental research, looking at some of the hardest questions facing our society and economy, and engaging in high-risk, high-reward studies that have the capacity to change our future.